Welcome back, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time. We're heading into Little Harbour at the bottom of the Abacos. Going to find Pete's Pub. Little Harbour is a very sheltered little place. Ideal, $30 a night for a mooring, which is pretty good around these parts. And we went for a walk, see what the place has to offer. And look, it's the Atlantic. And there, that's the old lighthouse. Pretty bad news when your lighthouse gets blown away right enough. Back at Pete's Bar, we went shark spotting. And then a bit more tame, we saw some bronze dolphins. More than 10 grand if you've got the money. Quite attractive though. This was a bit more within our budget though. Next up, we were heading south to Eleuthera. That took us through the dreaded Current Cut, which puts the fear of death in sailors around these parts. We just left the sails up and breezed on through. We were still in the company of the Wakaleles and they said, "Tell you what guys, why don't we go ashore to the swings?" We said, "The swings? What are you talking about?" It seems some enterprising locals had thought, "Tell you what, why don't we put some swings out in the middle of the sandbank and that'll bring the tourists in their droves." And they did. They were everywhere. But we were ahead of the crowds, so we launched ourselves in and went for a wee swing. Well, I would have if I could have got my big ass up onto the chair. And me was a lot more elegant. 2 years ago I ordered a new trampoline because the one we had was looking a bit tired. You can't see it here, but that trampoline looks like it's had your granny darning your socks. There were times when I was running about on it, I was thinking there's just one small tear between me and the ocean.
So we've had this box on board, I don't know, a year and a half. Well, it's black, Stuart port and Stuart starboard.
And so it's back to that old thing about fixing your boat in nice places. About 300 bits of string with knots in the end. Laying it all out the wrong way first time around, and then not tying for a couple of days. The ways you can enjoy yourself on a boat. €2,000 we were quoted to do this at Outremer. I think we did a pretty good job, don't you? Next up, we were off to the Hydroponics lab in Rock Sound. This is where they grow all the veggies, teach the locals how to do it with using barely a drop of water. This whole operation is run by the One Eleuthera Foundation, designed and built by the Dutch, and trying to help the islanders become self-sufficient in food. It's designed to withstand winds of 150 miles an hour. Having seen the notices of winds of 250 that hit the Abacos last time, I'm wondering maybe they didn't get the memo. And that is about as close to gardening as I ever want to get.
Mint can be really invasive.
Carrying on south, we had a bit of a bumpy ride over to the Exumas, but that was well worth the trip.
The Outremer 44 has got me. He's doing about 8.3 and I'm doing about 7.4. Much faster boat. Nice boat. Much lighter, dagger boards, he can fly.
The boat can fly and so can the drone, and we managed to get some iconic shots of Bahamian sailing at Wardrick Wells. And if you've followed us over the years, you'll know we've been in some pretty nice places. But from a photography perspective, this gets quite a lot of votes. So, just when I'm thinking of going into the water to give the boat a clean, guess who turns up? Go away, you nasty bugger.
So this is Pig Beach. We're anchored off this beach, and this is today's visitors. Look at the number of people that come just to see the pigs. Quite remarkable.
It's quite the tourist attraction. Like, people have never seen a pig before, but I can believe they haven't seen a swimming pig. By this time we're getting so close that Anne was the one doing all the squealing.
Hurry up. I do not like this. We're going to run aground again. I don't like it. Please.
Next morning we jumped in the dinghy and went for a quick run around to have a look at Staniel Cay. Staniel Cay, home to the nurse sharks. Yeah, not quite sure what kind of nursing you get. It's a shame about the sharks because the water really looks lovely. Oh, they're just curious, say the people. Yeah, curious what you taste like. So after a nosy round Staniel Cay, we started making our way back north. Governor's Harbour. Quite a pretty wee place. We were planning on going back up to New England through New York and Boston, and if you followed the blog or the YouTubes, you'll know we've done that before. You just need to take a look at our plotter and you can see we have recrossed our lines many times, something we're not that accustomed to doing, and to be honest, we needed something different. So after a few more days moseying around the Bahamas, we spotted this UK flagged boat, even with an Ocean Cruising Club flag, and we went over to say hello. This was Rockhopper of London. We told them we were off up to Boston because we couldn't go to the Mediterranean because of the 90-day thing that Brexit brought us. And they said, oh no, we've been there for years. Here's how you do it. I also spoke to Eric and Vandy, who are in Montenegro, wherever Montenegro is, but it involves a lot of sailing like this, I think, and another swift change of plans, and we're off tomorrow, maybe, if the weather's right. We might even winter in Tunisia. Thanks for watching. Come back in a few weeks and see how we get on. We got to do Bermuda first, then the Azores, and then we'll see what the Mediterranean has to offer, other than bureaucracy.